Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Disrupt Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the everything. Yeah, you all know the sayings. Is this thing even live, for God's sakes? Hang on a second. What's going on? There it is. It's all sorts of problems. Today is September the 3rd, 2018. I don't know what year it is. Strong hand. Long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Unconfiscatable. Yes, the internet is a little weird this last week in Spokane, but I'll be back in Baltimore on Thursday night. More on that later. Let us jump right into this show. And I want to say, value your labor in Bitcoin. Yeah, today is Labor Day in the United States, and all you hard workers are taking off of work. But let's use this day as a reminder that, you know, if you're working for yourself, if you're doing some odd jobs, no harm in asking the person, hey, pay me in some Bitcoin. If someone owes you some money, pay me back in some Bitcoin. And then you hold it. And then you check a year later, you're like, oh my, in terms of fiat, and of course I value my wealth in Bitcoin, but in terms of fiat, I got paid a lot more than I expected. Be in motion, people. Come up with some new ideas. Come out with some new side hustles and charge it in Bitcoin. That's something to take from this Labor Day. Don't just join some union and let them control your life. Control your own life. Value your labor in Bitcoin. All right. So for all the scapegoaters out there, here is a... Did I say welcome to the One Bitcoin Show? Or did I call it something? I don't even know. This show is going out of control so early on. Yeah, for all the scapegoaters out there, you guys, you control your private key. You control your destiny. Don't blame your destiny on other people. Don't scapegoat, and stop blaming others. Be in motion. Andy Hoffman claims that Tether artificially supports Bitcoin by loser no coiners are as moronic as claims that the Rothschilds control legacy markets. I love that tweet. That was his New York tweet of the day, baby. If you go around blaming the Rothschilds for everything, they don't even exist, for God's sakes, in the context that all these crazy people think they exist in, then yeah, you'll end up a no coiner and probably complaining about Tether also or something. All right. So that was a great tweet by Andy Hoffman. I love when people out there call out these people who blame the Rothschilds and blame other people for their problems. Oh, there must be a conspiracy of Rothschild. Yeah, okay. Conspiracy. The conspiracy's in your head that you haven't done anything with your life and you're not in motion. Pound that freaking like button. All right. So for all the 80%ers out there, you know, that fell in love with Bitconnect and were telling me, you know, oh, it's not a scam. It's, you know, it's too good to be true, but it's true. The great Nick Carter has an article out there, and it talks about Bitconnect. It talks about the exchanges. It talks about how CoinMarketCap is quite amateurish and how they accept money, advertising money from Bitconnect and other operations like that. And they list Bitconnect. All you need to know about CoinMarketCap, if you're concerned about rankings, if you're concerned, oh, my coin's 34, mine's 56, mine's 70, you're going to get crushed, okay? You don't care about 56, 781. They don't even do this. The way they rank it is very amateurish. He goes into it in the article. You care about one ranking, okay, on CoinMarketCap or on a site that's better than CoinMarketCap. Who's number one? Bitcoin's number one, baby. Bitcoin is number one. That's the one rank that you don't care about who's number 69 or 169 or whatever. But here we go. I didn't do the best job of summing up Nick's article. You should read it. It is linked to below with disruptmeister.com's all my archives, all my videos are linked to below. Everything's linked to below. Talk about in this video. But here, what's Nick's thing? A glimpse into the dark underbelly of cryptocurrency markets In this post, I'll investigate the key drivers of the unrelenting cryptocurrency/crypto assets markets and explain why they aren't likely to go away soon. In particular, I will focus on the incentives which cause ranking sites to uncritically include junk exchange volume in their data. And he goes on to say, the negligence of the coin ranking sites is the primary reason I'm writing this post. So dude, if you are like valuing your wealth based on the coin ranking sites, you're going to get blasted. Read this article, learn some stuff. I want to remind everyone that on September the 10th is the second day of Rosh Hashanah, or the second night of I don't do a show on that day of Rosh Hashanah. I can do a show right before Rosh Hashanah starts, right before Rosh Hashanah ends, but the day in between, I can't. It's Rosh Hashanah. So September the 10th, there will be no show. I take 2 days off a year. It's that day during Rosh Hashanah, and then the second day of Passover also, which is a similar, it's set up in a very similar way. So everybody out there remembers that Adam Meister is Jewish, and he is proud of it. You should know that. $5 sent by Vention MGTOW. The Rothschilds Warburg, look at this. The Rothschilds Warburg shifts and like are the reasons I started buying silver and later started buying Bitcoin. Banksters are real. No, the Rothschilds were a family like in the 1700s who controlled a lot of banks, okay? Back in the day, money was treated like trash. It was considered the dirtiest thing you could be in. So the European Gentiles said, you Jews are going to handle our money. And the Jews handled the money. And guess what? They figured out a way to make it very, very profitable. And they changed the history of this freaking planet because of it. You hand us your trash, we're going to turn it into something real nice, okay? You know why? We got heads. We think critically. Vention, the Rothschild family, there are hundreds of them now. The descendants from those people, hundreds of them. They don't control the world or anything like that. There are big bankers out there. Yeah, they don't control your life, Vention. You control your life. If you bought something based on these kind of rumors, then that's great, dude. That's just great. I thank you for the $5 and everything. But dude, again, you control your life. If you're going to scapegoat mythical people who had a lot of power, there were 5 big Rothschild dynasties in the 1700s, great. And they passed on their intergenerational wealth because guess what? Some people know how to save and know about long-term thinking. Certain people of a certain mentality, high IQ people know how to pass down generational wealth. And some Rothschilds were good at that. Some weren't. I'm sure there's some Gentile Rothschild drug addicts laying in some gutter somewhere, okay? They don't control the world. And again, all these names you name, they were rich once. Some of their descendants, they're probably still rich. They don't control your life, dude. They don't control your life. And again, this is the point that Andy Hoffman brought up in his tweet. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous that people still latch onto this stuff, this scapegoating nonsense. And again, for some people, I understand you have to blame the Jews for everything. And Vention, I know you're not doing that. But there are some people just have to blame all their problems on the Jews. So they pick out some Jew bankers from the 1700s and they're still blaming Jews for the 1700s on their freaking laziness for today, that they're not in motion. They're blaming Jews from the 1700s, these hateful little bees. But hey, whatever, they can do what they're going to do. I'm going to tell them what the truth is. They can't stop me because I got a lot of Bitcoin. I can say whatever I want. I am what freedom of speech is about. Hey, but they can say that, Jews control the world, Rothschilds control the world, all this nonsense if they want to. Be my freaking guest. Blame it on the dirty, the money was the dirtiest thing in the world, and the Gentiles wouldn't handle it at all. You Jews handle it for us. And now we got Gentiles complaining about the fact. Think long term before you assign somebody. If they gave it, by the way, if they took all our money away from us today, all the Jews' money, and they say, you guys are the garbage men of the world now, you're going to handle garbage. In a few years, garbage would be the most valuable thing on this freaking planet, okay? Just remember that. Remember that. And it's about, because it's about people who can think long-term, who have high IQs, who can defer gratification. You want easy, and the easy answer is always like, let's take away from these people and assign them something. And then the people who get assigned it, if they're smart, they're going to deal with it and they're going to make the most of it. That's what everyone's got to do out there. That's the lesson you take from the Jews, okay? You don't take some lesson like they're the fault of everything. They're the people who get handed the crap of the world and turn it into freaking gold. Learn how to be in motion. Learn how to be like us, okay? And or you can complain all day and live in a little hole. All right, so let's go back to the this thing here. Using Bitcoin. Well, this is from Matt Odell talking about Bitcoin privacy. Using Bitcoin while preserving your privacy is extremely difficult. That's the major issue, especially when you realize that transaction data will exist forever. Better privacy guarantees are socially needed. Grateful that we have sorely needed, excuse me. Grateful that we have such talented teams working on it. Okay, so Matt Odell is talking about, yeah, Bitcoin is not as private as it could be, okay? But the great Aaron Von Weirdum, who has been on this show before, he has a new article in Bitcoin Magazine, Bitcoin Privacy Coin, Tech, Making Bitcoin More Private. There you go. So yeah, it's got to be more private. Is there opportunity for other coins in the meantime, like Monero? I don't know. I only buy Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. That's all you got to worry about. All right. So let us move on here. Oh yeah, on Twitter, I'm TechBalt, TechBalt. You can get your Trezor linked to below. You can get everything at the affiliate links, t-shirts, all that good stuff. And if you need a crypto consultation, email me at adam@trezorhelp.com. Offended by selling. Pound that freaking like button. All right. So what do we got here? Oh, this guy, Dieter Bob, excuse me, has a great tweet out there. For all the new altcoins, this is for all the new altcoins out there and all the future altcoins that are going to debut. This is what he says. And with no real expectation of getting rich, it minimized corruption during the launch of Bitcoin. This cannot be replicated now that the cat is out of the bag. So the point is this: when Bitcoin launched, no one was sneaking Bitcoin to anyone else. There weren't any backroom deals. No one was trying to get rich by it. Now the cat's out of the bag. Every altcoin that's coming out now, you might have to stash a little bit over for this guy. You might want to configure it so we get rich. That is one of the unique qualities of Bitcoin, and it can't be replicated. It's already started. The whole cryptocurrency revolution has already started. With Bitcoin, they weren't trying to get rich with the launch. The launch was a pure launch, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. All right. So what else we got? Oh yeah, I'll be in Santiago, Chile from September the 20th till November the 20th. Bang that bell button if you need a reminder when this video goes live. If you like to watch them live. I don't know why people like to watch them live. Anyway, I don't edit them ever. What you get on repeat is what you get when it's live. All right. Here's some golden hole news straight out of India. And this is from Arjun. Arjun has been on the show. I forgot to mention Nick Carter has also been on the show before. Best guest in the space on this freaking show. Tune in every Friday for This Week in Bitcoin. You don't know who's coming next, baby. This week will be pretty good. In 2 weeks, we got a real big one coming. I'll let that be a surprise for the people who already don't know the surprise. Okay, so India should be ground zero for Bitcoin adoption. Indian households are the largest cohort of gold ownership in the world. Golden hold. 25K metric tons, 600 tons held by the Royal Bank of India. There's a deep cultural context here. We'll stop hoarding it the day Indian politicians become honest. Ooh, God, so I don't know if they're going to stop hoarding Bitcoin gold anytime soon. A generational shift in ownership from gold to Bitcoin isn't unreasonable in India. Demographics are highly favorable. More than 50% of its population is below the age of 25, and more than 65% are below the age of 35. All right, so that's from Arjun. He is an Indian living in America, but he has a thread about this. You know, a lot of us were hoping that India would be the South Korea of crypto in 2018. And maybe it'll be 2019. Maybe it'll be 2020. You got to have long-term thinking. You got to have deferral gratification. It will happen there one day. I mean, tremendous amount of people there. He just gave some good reasons. We're going to have to be patient. So don't hold your breath on India, but there are some golden holders out there, and their kids are going to be called Bitcoin holders. Anyway, just like us here. So pound that freaking like button. All right there. Click on the squares at the end of this video here if you're watching this taped. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the notes section below. Pound that freaking like button. I'll see you guys in the chat. See ya.